Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Just finished coaching a client, so you got to forgive me. Was a little tied up and wanted to shoot a toss with Tony today, but been kind of dealing with situations in the world and hearing different people's problems and situations that's going on, and I wanted to speak to this on Let me turn down my AC just in case it's a little too crunk. I wanted to speak to this. I don't have long because my youngest boy get done in probably less than 30 minutes. But this right here to the single moms. To the single moms with, children. And really, boys or girls. Boys or girls, but definitely with girls. One thing I get and I don't get, and that is a single mom's desire for love. And you feel lonely, you feel left out. You go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you see your friends you went to high school with, they're married, they appear to be happy. You see people you follow online who are married and they're happy. You working hard, you trying to make ends meet. You are, you trying to, and let me explain something now. Ends meet, that's ends, ENDS, meet, MEET. For so long, I thought that was ends meet, MEAT. Like the end of the meat, like the last little bit of leftover meat, like spam, ends meet. Like that's what I thought that meant. And then I seen it written and I was like, oh, like you trying to make ends meet, like you trying to bring things together, you trying to make things come together, make things work. So I just wanted to share that just for any country people out there who was like me. So forgive me, and this is a very serious topic, but I just wanted to touch on that just because I like to educate now. Just like when y'all say, oh, he did a 360, and I'll be like, no, he did a 180. A 360 is turn all the way back around, going the same direction you was going. A 180 is to be going the opposite direction, and about face, how you facing this way, you turn around. Ain't that what about face is for y'all in the Army? But listen to me now, for you single moms. And also this could go for single dads, but the majority of what we see is single moms bringing a man in, and you see men bringing a woman in, but when that woman comes in, very rarely do you hear of the woman who is the girlfriend or the new wife doing something to the child, like physical, funny business, inappropriate things. But a lot of times we hear of women dating and having this man come in the house, and this man then does something to the daughter. And one of my clients wrote a book on her story, that her stepfather, and I'm gonna go on here to see if it's still on here. And I don't know if it's still on there. Yeah, it's on there. And it's called The Truth Behind the Dare. Her name is Deshawn Chancey. And she told her story of what happened. It's on Kindle, I think. She told her story, what happened in her life. And this happens now. This happens. And I really want to urge you single mothers. I know you want somebody. I know you want you a man or a single parent, period. But be very careful who you bring into your life. Don't get so caught up, so hypnotized, okay, not hypnotized, you know what they call it, y'all know what they call it, dematized off the vitamin D, that you lose your sense and your intuition that lets you be able to sense when something is going on with your child. And this man might not like little boys, but he might be thumping your child in the head. He might be slapping your child. He might be beating up on your son. And then on your daughter, he is touching. And I'm going to tell you now, and this right here, and this is what I try to help, women understand. Because, see, I'm a man. I know this go other ways and guys and all this, but I'm a man. But let me tell you about these men now. These men who come in and you have children, he's going to have thoughts about your daughter. He's going to have thoughts about your daughter. That's the average everyday man. You're going to take a special man that's walking with God, that loves the Lord, that has consecrated his heart, his mind, his soul to a greater cause, to his calling to God, in order for him to be right and do right by your child and be pure with your child. Because I hear men talk about their girlfriend daughter and what they think about that daughter and how she look. And I'm here to tell you, you have to listen. Stop being desperate. Stop being stupid. Stop being lost and loose-booted, that you are not thinking about anything other than you getting you some dang-a-lang and having you a man to cuddle with, because mama got to have a life. I'm lonely. Listen, that's your lot in life. Raise your child. You want a date? Okay. Go on a date on a Friday night when your child have your mother over there watching them. You can't even trust these people on the sites where you could hire a nanny. We got a family friend, they hired a nanny, they went out on a date, came back, their daughter's leg was broke. How that baby leg was broke? That nanny. You hear what I'm telling you? Like, a lot of times your own mama gonna make mistakes. I remember my mother-in-law called my wife. She had to brush my son's teeth with eczema cream or some kind of cream he had in a tube. Had them brush the boy teeth with it. Fortunately, the disease control center was like, he gonna be all right. He didn't have to get his stomach pumped. Didn't have to go to the hospital or nothing. But look, this is somebody who loved him. After that, she wouldn't really want to do nothing. But she had to call, FaceTime. Is this the right tube? It's like, come on now. Somebody who loved him now. So listen, when your mama could come over there, your sister, I remember my cousin used to have me watch her daughters. I used to be thumping my niece. She wasn't my niece, it was my cousin. I used to be thumping in the forehead. I was little too, but I was thumping in the ear. Just thumping in the ear. Didn't care. And so you got to realize, you got to be careful with your kids. Listen, don't nobody love your child, but those who got their bloodline, even with those with their bloodline, still will do wrong by them. Still will do wrong by them. Listen, you brought that child in the world. You got on your bike, and if you didn't get on your bike voluntarily, then God allowed you to have that child. Despite what you went through, you are the mother or the father of this child, and it's your job to protect. Your dating life can wait. The people that you gonna date, that you gonna sleep with, that you gonna marry, they ain't going nowhere. They are going nowhere. They're gonna always be there. I know you lonely. I know you tired of paying all the bills by yourself. I know you want somebody to go on a date with. Your child mean more. And listen, it's like parents don't ever get it until something happened. And then when something happened, the parent is suicidal or homicidal. When everybody in their parent life told them, do not let that man live with you. Be very careful. Do not have that man around your daughter. Listen to me when I'm telling you. I'm sounding the alarm. I'm ringing it loud and clear. Stop what you doing. You got this man living with you and this ain't your child father? You better be very careful. Because you know what? I end up coaching the women who grown, who say, I never told for this reason. Or I told, but my mama didn't do nothing. Or this is what happened to me. And this how I acted out. I became promiscuous because of this. I became a man hater because of this. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Listen, you got that man in there. And I'm going to tell you, I done seen so many situations to where the woman will literally cut somebody about that man. She's so crazy about that man. She's so in love with that man. Never in a million years she will curse you from the east to the west if you trying to insinuate that her man look like he like little girl. She will cut you by that man. And guess what? It happened. It be that very man. And then all the women could say is, how could I be so dumb? How could I be so stupid? How could I be so blind? How could I be so naive? Because you was thinking with what's between your legs. Just like you accuse men of thinking with what's between their legs, you were thinking with what's between your leg. You were thinking with what's between, you weren't thinking with what's between your ears. You weren't about your companionship because you got soul ties throughout your life. And instead of getting coaching, instead of getting therapy, instead of having somebody to talk you out them soul ties, to talk you out of all of that, you just so bent on having you a man. Instead of getting on your grind and building a better life, a better future for your children, you so focused on having you a man, and this man could sense your desperation, and he could tell you will have your child vulnerable. And that he could do that to your child and you won't believe it because you're so desperate. He could see the desperation. Hey, here go my baby. I got to go. Coming on in. God bless y'all. Somebody asked me to give a tour, a lady, but see, it was only one person who asked me to give a tour. I'm a sprinter. Hey, buddy, I got it. Go ahead. Go on, hop in. Go on, hop in. Here, just sit down right there. Sit down right there and take them off. Down right there. Yeah, take them off. And then let me hold on, put it in the bag. Let me hold the other one. You had a piece of pizza?
Yep, yeah. I had 5.
You had 5 what?
Pizza.
Was it little?
No.
It was full slices?
Yes.
How you had 5, son? I don't think you allowed to have 5. He let you have 5?
Yeah.
How you ate 5 pieces of pizza?
I don't know, I'm just very hungry.
Very hungry? Where it come from?
Huh?
Where? Domino?
Yeah, Domino.
You had 5?
Yeah.
What? I can't believe it.
I ate more than 5. Remember that time I ate all those pizzas?
What? Now listen, yeah, somebody asked me to give a tour of my sprinter, but guess what? And when I start my private group, in this private group, it's gonna probably be $39 a month because I want people that's serious. When I start my private business group, to where y'all could talk to each other and y'all could, encourage one another and all of that, and be in a group or whatever, and I could do a call a month. That's who I'm gonna share this kind of stuff with, because there's too many haters out there. And they act like, God can't bless you with nothing. They act like you can't have nothing, and I be too on edge, I be ready to get people address and pull up, so I just can't be putting myself in that predicament, to be fooled up with the devil minions and the negativity. So I have to share certain stuff with select group of people who heart and spirit is in the right place, and they could see somebody who have had nothing, or who have toiled in the field, and who have served for a decade and a half, and to finally be able to grow and get something that's been a dream and that could be inspiring to them instead of being jealous and spiteful and hateful. And that's how the general public is. So everything ain't for everybody. So, you know, God bless you, and we'll talk soon. Come here, buddy. We'll talk soon.